Today, I'm going to share with you a mining stock investment strategy that has been incredibly successful for me. It's actually a strategy that I came up with, and it has just two simple rules. It's not that these rules are something that nobody has ever spoken about. People talk about them all the time, but I've never heard of anyone using an investing strategy with just these two rules, but it actually typically works out pretty good. So in this video, I'm going to share with you what those two rules are, and then we're going to build a portfolio of mining stock companies together using those two simple rules. And as always, mining stocks are very risky, so always do lots of your own research before investing any of your hard-earned money. The first rule in this strategy is that management has to have been very successful in the past. A management team that has been super successful in the past is a critical element to this investing strategy, because if somebody has made investors money in the past, it's much more likely that they're going to make you money than a management team who hasn't made investors any money in the past. Now, when it comes to exploring for natural resources and developing the projects and mining them and building the mines, there is so much to know. And even if you spend your whole life dedicated to this industry, there will still be a lot that you will never know. That's why it's so important to have a great management team who knows how to manage people, who knows how to hire the right people, who have the skills necessary in every single aspect of the business to make it a successful company. So when you invest in great management that has been successful in the past, preferably many times in the past, well, then you're going to increase your chances of success by a lot. Requirement number 2 for this investment strategy is that the stock you are buying is cheap. Typically, you want the industry or the stock to be out of favor and unloved by investors. So, great management and cheap. Those are the two requirements. So, using those two requirements, let's go build a portfolio. So, the first very successful management team we're going to look at is the Lundin Group, the Lundin family. They've been incredibly successful for many decades, and I would gladly get involved in just about any project that they're doing. So let's go check out what options there are in the Lundin Group. So Bluestone Resources, they have a gold development project in Guatemala. They had a fully permitted mine. However, they decided to change the mine plan from underground to open pit, and because of that, they had to file for an amendment to their permits. And they've been waiting a couple of years. And I think the market is just getting bored with it. And the stock has sold off like crazy over the past couple of years. So this stock is very cheap. In my opinion, of all of the companies out of the Lundin Group, this is the cheapest. So this is definitely going into our portfolio. So next, let's look at Filo Corp. So Filo is a copper discovery play in Argentina, and it has been incredibly successful. It's been one of the biggest winners in the whole industry. They had a huge discovery back here in 2021. And right now, for a discovery play, for an exploration company, it's just way too expensive for me. I can't justify paying over a 2 billion US market cap for this. Now, maybe someone will make a lot of money out of this, but it's going to be a long time in the making. So although this is great management, I wouldn't call Filo cheap. Next is International Petroleum Corp. I'm going to skip this one because I don't know enough about it. Next, Lucara Diamond. Yes, this one would be technically cheap, so it would meet these two qualifications. However, I recently was shopping for an engagement ring. And in my personal experience, I saw how much cheaper it was to buy lab-grown diamonds than natural diamonds. So, with how good lab-grown diamonds are, I can't see the diamond price coming back. The diamond price has fallen off a cliff, and usually it's a good time to buy when the prices are low. But that's one that I think is going to stay low. So, although it meets my requirements, I'm not putting it in the portfolio. Next is Lundin Gold. So Lundin Gold, they have one mine, the Fruta del Norte mine in Ecuador. So the truth is that Lundin Gold has been incredibly successful, and they've just been coming out with great news after great news. And because of this, the stock is not cheap. I'm not saying it's a bad investment, because that deposit that they have is incredible. However, It's not cheap, and I have a feeling that they're going to be buying another company here in the not too distant future. And when that happens, it's probably going to be at a premium, and the acquiring company typically falls a lot on that news. So that might be a time when it would be cheap enough to get in, but I'm not getting into Lundin Gold right now. So Lundin Mining is a diversified base metals miner that has operations in a number of parts of the world. And on a 1 year basis, the stock price isn't cheap. However, you look back further and it is a bit cheaper. Now, just looking at the stock price really isn't enough. You need to be comparing it to other metrics as well. But for the sake of simplicity in this video, I'm trying to go through these companies quickly and build a portfolio quickly. So we're looking mostly at the stock price. Now, on a 1 year chart, it's near the highs. Now, from a trading perspective, maybe you could get in around 8 or 850 if you were patient. But this is one that I might buy a small tranche in right now and then later look to increase my position. So we've added Lundin Mining to our portfolio. And then there's three more companies here, but the truth is I don't know enough about these companies to invest in them, so I'm just going to ignore those for now. So we now have two companies in our portfolio that are part of the Lundin group of companies. So now let's move on to the next super successful entrepreneur, and that is Ross Beatty. Ross Beatty has started like 15 companies in his career, and they've all been a success. So the first Ross Beatty company that we're going to add to our portfolio is Pan American Silver. This is the closest thing to a blue chip silver stock you can get, and silver is hated by investors right now, and the stock price is seriously depressed. So great company, great management, definitely going on to our list. The next Ross Beatty company is Equinox Gold. This is the company that Ross is most involved in right now. The stock price is not doing well. However, gold is close to an all-time high, and the gold miners are far from their all-time high. And in addition to that, Equinox has had some big problems with some of their mines, and those problems are almost all resolved. And we're about to get news on the last big potential problem, and that is the greenstone mine that they're building in Canada. They're just finishing it, and they're commissioning it, and they're starting up the mine right now. If we get good news about the greenstone mine, which I think we're going to, considering who's operating it, well, then the stock price, in my opinion, is going to go crazy. So, Equinox Gold, easy add to our portfolio. Great management and cheap. The next Ross Beatty company is Lumina Gold. They have a big copper gold development project in Ecuador that they've been trying to sell for a couple of years. And I think they're going to be able to sell it in the next year or two. And when they do, I think we're going to see a substantial gain from that. And heck, we may even see a big gain in the meantime as sentiment improves. So, great management and cheap. Lumina Gold is going on our list. Next is Luminex Resources, another Ross Beatty company. However, when you see this video, Luminex Resources may not exist because they recently announced a merger with Adventus Mining. Ross Beatty is going to be more than a 10% owner in the combined company, and it's a company that I'd be happy to own. As a matter of fact, I do own it. So yes, Luminex slash Adventus is the next one that's going on our portfolio list. The next very successful entrepreneur we're going to look at is Clive Johnson. So the first company of his that we're going to look at is lesser known and a very small company. So this company is B Metals Corp. It's a tiny little exploration company, and on a historic stock price basis, it appears cheap. I honestly don't really know how to value this company, and you're really investing in the people. However, the people have historically had a lot of success finding stuff. So the next company that's going on our list is B Metals Corp. And the most important company for Clive Johnson is B2 Gold. They've been very successful at building mines and working with governments in challenging places, and I think they're going to continue to do very good things. Their stock price doesn't look great right now, but that's just because all of these major gold miners are so depressed, And historically speaking, they're trading at some of the cheapest valuations on just about any valuation metric that you can measure. So the next company that's going onto our list is B2 Gold. So here we have a portfolio of 8 companies from 3 different very successful mining entrepreneurs. All of these companies have great management and they're all cheap. So I'd be happy to own every single one of these with this investing in mining stock for dummies strategies. So I have a few other very successful entrepreneurs that I could include in another video like this. If you guys want me to do another one, let me know in the comments below. So please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel as I release a new video on gold, silver, commodities, mining stocks almost every single day. And I will see you over here in another video.